The principal action taken by President James Madison and the Democratic Republicans in 1812 was to declare war on Great Britain, initiating the War of 1812 on June 18, 1812. This decision was largely driven by a pervasive ambition for territorial expansion that sought to eliminate British influence and Native American resistance on the western frontier. The declaration and the subsequent conduct of Mr. Madison's war led to severe negative consequences. The most profound and immoral consequence was the devastating impact on Native American sovereignty and life. The war provided the pretext for a forceful campaign to crush Native American resistance, which many Democratic Republican war hawks viewed as essential for westward expansion. The death of the Shawnee leader Tecumseh and the destruction of his Confederacy effectively removed the last major organized obstacle to U.S. expansion, directly leading to decades of land seizure, forced removal, and broken treaties. An egregious act of ethical failure justified by an expansionist policy. On the domestic front, the action was highly manipulative and politically divisive, as the war was never universally supported. Federalist-dominated New England widely denounced it as a war of party, not of country, accusing Madison of political expediency. This political fracture led to illegal and unethical obstruction of the war effort. As Federalist state governments like Massachusetts and Connecticut refused to place their militias under federal command, challenging the constitutional authority of the president during wartime and crippling American military operations. Furthermore, the Madison administration faced accusations of hypocrisy for focusing its ire solely on Great Britain, while largely ignoring similar violations of maritime rights by France, a posture rooted in the Democratic Republican Party's traditional pro-French bias. Economically, the war proved to be a disaster, an intensely negative consequence of the Democratic Republicans' policies. Combined with prior embargoes, the war led to a sharp drop in customs revenue and the near bankruptcy of the U.S. government by 1814, a situation worsened by the party's ideological opposition to a national bank, which it had allowed to expire in 1811. Militarily, the early years were characterized by embarrassing failures, culminating in the ultimate humiliation, the invasion and burning of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., by the British, forcing President Madison to flee. This profound failure in wartime leadership was a negative consequence that exposed the reckless unpreparedness of the nation's leadership.